One book.
Two minds.
No guarantees that we'll agree.
I'm MJ.
I'm Alan, and this is Shelf Talkers.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, MJ. How are you?
I'm so good. It's wonderful to be back for another edition of Shelf Talkers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is becoming a habit.
I like it. It's a good habit
Yeah,
to have.
yep, definitely.
So, I'm very curious to see what you thought that I thought about this book.
Yeah, I have opinions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
think I,
think
I think I know where this one's. I may be wrong, but
okay.
we've done a few now, and I think I've got a slightly better feel for. But
Hmm.
I've
Okay.
been wrong before.
All right. Well, I'm excited to find out. So, let's get to our opinions about Gabriel's Moon.
Yeah. This month on Shelf Talkers, we've been reading Gabriel's Moon by William Boyd. This tells the story of the eponymous Gabriel Dax, who is a freelance travel writer who gets drawn in to a world of spies and espionage by effectively becoming a courier for the British Secret Intelligence Service, or MI6. Dax's brother already works for the Foreign Office, and Dax has previously helped him by delivering letters and packages around the world to on behalf of his brother. And after a trip to the newly independent Republic of Congo, where Dax is invited to interview the new president, he is approached by Faith Green of MI6 to undertake some courier work for MI6 in Spain, particularly down in Cadiz. Initially, Dax declines and says he's not interested in doing it, but ultimately needs the money and decides to take the job. Um, the book is uh, a kind of quite convoluted story overall. I won't spoil the plot, but suffice to say, what starts out as seemingly innocent courier jobs becomes more complicated over time. Um, Dax is a quite disturbed character, having survived a fire of his family home when he was a very small boy, and witnessing the death of his mother, his father already having passed away some years before. So Dax is orphaned at quite an early age, and that fire still plays on him mentally, and as a result, he suffers from insomnia, and during the course of the book starts to seek help to uncover, what it is about the fire that means he can't sleep, through the use of some psychoanalysis. So there are kind of the two storylines running throughout the book of the family fire, or fire of the family home, and what happens as a result of his courier missions. Some of this reads like quite classic spy thriller. It is set in the 60s, so it's the sort of stomping ground of Le Carre and Len Deighton, and there are some kind of almost homage to the way those books are written. But I have to say, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be it would have a little bit more pace than it had. I thought that perhaps the story would be um, a little bit less obvious than it actually was. Um, I didn't like Dax, I have to say. I felt he was a very unreliable narrator, uh, very much, very much driven by his libido. Let's leave it at that. Um, and it was just I think he was just for a principal character of what is I think going to be a trilogy. He was an all-round disappointment to me. Um, I didn't really like any of the other characters either, it has to be said. Okay, it is a spy novel. You accept some of the characters will be not who they appear to be and deceitful, um, but they effectively were all deceitful. You know, they all had some ulterior motive, and I'm not sure that's a true reflection of how things actually are. Um, there were one or two who kind of redeemed themselves during the course of the book, but overall, no. And this was a big miss for me. Um, I'm glad it was a relatively short book. I think it's about 250 odd, 260 odd pages. So it wasn't a lengthy read. I think if it had been any longer, I probably would have DNF'd it. But as it was, I kind of thought, no, I will read to the end. I will find out what happens. There is some. Boyd writes the plot relatively well. He does use some odd language at times. I guess that maybe is just the way he writes. I've not really read much else by him, so I couldn't really comment. But it just felt a bit flat to me. It was, you kind of wanted something to happen. I mean, towards the last quarter of the book, there was a bit more of a kind of traditional spy in danger, like the sort of Len Dayton, homage that I mentioned. But other than that, it could have been anything. You know, it it markets itself as a spy novel, and that's what it is. But in reality, it could have been a study of Gabriel Dax's mental health, for want of anything else to pick up. There were the two kind of separate storylines, but you know, I just didn't enjoy it. What can I say? I'm struggling to find the words to say that I did not enjoy this book. I don't think I'll read the next one, which I think is out in hardback. I don't think I'll bother. I think this will probably go to the book exchange box in due course, so I won't be keeping it. Yeah, overall, a bit of a disappointment. Your mileage may vary. I'd be interested to see how MJ found it. I don't know. I've got my suspicions she may well feel the same. But then I've often been wrong. So yeah, we'll see. I this was a no for me, I have to say. Not a great read. But yeah, let's leave it at that.
Okay, so this month we read Gabriel's Moon, and this is by William Boyd. This is Alan's pick for the month. And I knew that it was going to be some type of an espionage book based on it being a part of Dr. November, which is a BookTube event. So I kind of had an idea. Alan did tell me, and I think he mentioned it in our last video, that the lead character is a journalist and there's a little bit of espionage. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. So this cover makes more sense as you go along with the book. Starting this book, gripped me. Absolutely gripped me. The prologue tells us about his tragic and horrific experience as a young boy, the death of his mother, and the absolute infernal burning down of his home. Then we skip to where we are in more like a modern time. Now, this takes place, I'm not sure the exact year. I want to say it takes place in the 40s, 50s, somewhere around there. I want to say it takes place around that time. So we fast forward, and he is a writer, and he's not just any type of writer, he's a specific niche writer, he's a travel writer. And his writings are about towns and structures and things to do and very intricate details, and he enjoys doing that. He, at first, Gabriel, I'm not sure what I thought of him. I still am not sure. He's a bit of a narcissist, like a quiet narcissist that likes the attention. And, he's on a plane travel. Oh, so there's a ton in this book that we need to talk about. So he gets asked to do an interview with, someone very important in another country. And the interview is recorded. So there is, tapes, there's a recording of the interview. After the interview happens, the important political figure is assassinated, basically. And he gets contacted by, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly if they're their own entity. So they're called the Institute. So you're not sure about the Institute, like which way do they play? Are they double agents? Are they British intelligence? Are they something else? And they ask him to do this job, which is basically you need to go to this country and you need to buy this art and come back. And he's like, okay, I could do that. And we're going to pay you $2,000 to do it. And he's like, yeah, sure. I'll go do it. So he does these things, and he gets caught up with being a spy. Not at first, but he gets a thrill out of the whole espionage aspect. The first half of the book, Gabriel, it really irritated me. He turns into a bit of a stalker, like halfway through. That flipped the switch. I'm like, ooh, we have now an unhinged male protagonist. I'm here for that. You know me, I love a good unhinged character. He is. He has this grandiose personality disorder, maybe. I don't know, but he thinks he's the cat's pajamas, basically. So he falls in lust with his handler, the spy handler. And she is just a stunning woman. And she, has one of those cool tone personalities where, she's not given much and you're not getting much. And he's just obsessed. Like, he tracks her down and finds her on holiday, and just how it all plays out. Okay. So I don't want to get bogged down with all of the details, because I want to tell you that I love this book. I didn't think I would love this book, but I love this book. At times, it read to me like a comedy. It reminded me very much of, is it the movie The Tourist with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie? That type of a vibe. And the ending makes you want to read the next one. because they don't just end things. Someone reappears. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to read it. But yeah, so Gabriel has to go on like 3 or 4 missions, and then one of the last missions, he has an encounter with someone that was close to him when he was younger, and something tragic happens, and it kind of makes him refocus a little bit. But Gabriel goes through a little bit of transformation in here, and like I said, it's kind of in a comedic way. He's a writer. He writes about travel. He writes about cities and architecture and where to stay and what to do. And now he's working on a book called Rivers. And at one point he wants a firearm to feel protected, so they have to train him on a firearm, and basically he gets like a firearm that's associated with maybe like a female spy that's small. You could put it in your handbag, that kind of a thing. And like he takes a pop shot at somebody and he hits him, and he's done things that shock him a little bit. So he's this writer, but now he has this double life as something completely different. The thing that bothered me about the book is that he's got, like, did they do a background investigation on him? Do they know this guy is trustworthy? Like, do they know he's a goof and that's why they wanted him? So how he got to be where he is just, that's the part that still is like, why him? Why him? That's what I want to know. Maybe in the next book they'll dig into it. So I'm going to give this book, I mean, I really liked it. When they got into the nitty-gritty of the things that they had to do and talking about what was going on in the world at the time, my attention span dipped down a little bit. I want to say the Cuba thing, was that the Bay of Pigs? I'm not sure. But the Cuban Missile Crisis they're talking about. When they got into the historical pieces, that's when I dipped out, because I don't want to read history. I want to read what's going on with characters. That's just me. I just have an aversion to that. I'm living through enough history right now. And that's the only thing for me as a reader. It's not the type of book that I would pick up, but I'm glad I did because of this project, because I loved it. And I love not liking Gabriel, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to stop blabbing here, and let's chit chat more about it. Hand it over to you.
Oh, I got that wrong.
I will say first off, if I did not find that skinny string of comedy in this book, I think I would have had more of the opinion of you. But I just had in my mind that Gabriel is just this goofball who, yes, he has a lot of trauma and he has a lot of issues. But the things that he says to himself and the things that he does and the amount of drinking that he does, like, there's almost a comedic aspect to it, And I think that's what made it more endearing to me, and what made me enjoy him more as a character, is that he's severely flawed. He's got a lot of trauma and a lot of mental issues, and he is just living in this la-la land that keeps coming back to like ingratiate him in this espionage system. And I think that's what I really liked about it.
Yeah, and I think that's what really irritated me was,
Yeah.
he just like, no, you just wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing,
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see why he is a convenient asset as a travel writer, because he's in lots of places and, delivering packages and things. But actually, I don't think they would have used him in the way that they did,
Mhm.
because he is just too disturbed, isn't the right word, but he's not in a mentally strong enough position to even do some of what he was
Right.
doing, delivering packages, I don't think.
Yeah, and he has a lot of baggage. And then in hindsight, after I filmed my little reaction video, I wonder if the last task that he was asked to do, is that why he was chosen? I don't want to spoil it for anybody that wants to
Yeah,
read the book, but
yeah,
I wonder if they went the long way around to get to that. and to
Yeah.
have that result, like that was an intended result that they wanted to have happen.
Yeah. I definitely felt that, MI6 had ulterior motives. It wasn't
Mhm.
just about the simple, "Well, go and buy this painting and bring it back," and,
Yeah.
there was something more to it, and maybe that will come out, in the next
Mhm.
book or whatever, but I won't ever find out because 'cause I'm not gonna read it, so
I'll be sure to tell you about it.
yeah,
I don't think they're MI6. I think they're this other they're the Institute. They don't have one true allegiance. That's what my,
yeah.
that's what I feel.
I mean, I think there are a lot of potentially false, like, because at one point when he was going to his counselling for the
Mhm,
fire, I
mhm,
was, like, thinking, "Well, is this actually part of a setup?"
mhm.
Because of how it came about. It
Right.
was suggested to him how, go and see this doctor you know, and then her revelation about how she became a doctor,
Mhm.
which was a bit like, well, yeah, that's so there's lots of things like that. And it just, and I don't know, the way he treats women annoyed me a lot.
Yes. Yes.
It's like he's got a girlfriend,
Mhm.
who,
She likes
she's
him.
not, she's not really a girlfriend,
Yeah, but she
in a,
likes
in a
him. Mhm.
yeah. And then, as you said, he starts obsessing with his handler and kind of think, "Oh, just don't go there. Just behave. Have a bit more
He has
respect for people."
he has
And I
unresolved
think,
mommy issues.
yeah,
I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's
yeah,
why that's
and
why he's so attracted to her. She's not giving
yeah,
him the time of day.
yeah. And you're just like, no, it's not. And I think there was so much of the book spent on that.
Yeah.
It's like every time he was back in London
Mhm.
in his flat, you know, and I just thought, I just would just get on with the story. I don't need that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
So
mean, it gave a little because, I mean, when you open with that prologue,
hmm,
like, that just hits you like, I felt so bad, like, it's coming from his little six-year-old, viewpoint.
yeah,
And then you could see how he wants to have that trauma resolved, and you can see how it could web its way into his life in later
yeah,
years.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm telling you, that gripped me, and then I was like, "Okay, let's see what's going on." And then it wasn't until he started I think the chapter was called Obsession. It wasn't until
mm,
that obsession chapter, and I'm like, "Oh, we got some new stuff to deal with."
yeah,
And he's just so dumb.
yeah. Like
Like,
I said, he is a totally unreliable
yeah.
narrator and character.
He's
Um,
the anti-Bond, he's the anti-suave guy. He's just this dude that likes to drink a lot, and he likes when people and the amount of people that are reading his book, I'm sorry,
yeah,
like, it's just ridiculous, come on. But it fuels that piece of him, that narcissistic piece of him that's like, "Oh, she's reading my book, a book about travel." Like,
yeah,
everybody wants to read that book so bad.
yeah,
The
yeah,
ridiculous nature of it is what I really liked about it, I think, and he's such a flawed character.
mm,
I
mm.
think that's really what sealed the deal for me. I'm sorry it didn't work for you.
No, well, I my I really thought I was going to enjoy it.
Mm,
Which is
I did
why I
too.
suggested it.
Yeah.
I think, oh, I really want to read this book. It fits with with
Mhm.
shelf talkers. Let's read it together, and
Yeah.
and I was thinking, yeah, and if it had been another 50 pages, I probably would have done. No, I'm just done. I
Mhm.
don't want to know.
Yeah.
Um,
Once I started seeing the comedic elements come out a little bit, I'm like, "I think this is the spy novel that Alan thought it was gonna be."
no, it wasn't.
Yeah. Mhm.
You
And
know,
that's
I
okay.
yeah. I mean, not every book is for every reader, and
Correct.
you know, this one's
Mhm.
for you and not for me.
Yeah. So if you're not into espionage books, spy books, or anything like that, and you want something a little bit different, try Gabriel's Moon. I mean, you know, it worked for me. It could work for anybody else too.
Yeah.
Gabriel's Moon.
Yeah. Definitely. I haven't got
Yeah,
rid of it yet. Still
that's
got
a
it.
better copy.
So
We have to keep a tally.
yeah, I
we,
think we're
we should keep like a running tally
yeah.
to show like, okay, who liked what book and who didn't like and who agreed, you know?
Yeah. No, I think, you know, I think if people are into spy fiction,
They're
they
not
may
gonna.
well find it the same
Yeah.
as me, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
I think if people are fans of William Boyd's writing, they'll probably enjoy it. You know,
Hmm.
you know, I don't think he's maybe not writing it as a spy novel. It's a novel with elements of spy fiction, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Because he's written James Bond book, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
he wrote yeah,
Yeah.
he's a what's the word? Continuation author. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So this is the anti-Bond spy.
yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, thanks for this project and thank you for recommending it because honestly, it's one of the funner books that I've read this year, and it
That's
just
good.
might make a top 10.
Won't be in mine.
I know. It's going to be in the little free library somewhere.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Now we've recorded. I can pass it on.
Unhaul it.
Yeah.
So everybody in the comment section, let us know. Are you willing to read this book? Are you willing to try it out? Have you read this book and what
Mm,
are your thoughts on it? We'd be really
yeah.
interested to find out.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely would like to know. Yeah.
Moving on. Should we talk
Yeah.
about what we're going to read for December?
Yeah. What have you promised me something because it was Christmas. You said it would be something nice and easy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be nice and easy. It's not a Christmas book. So it's, well, I mean, the print is very big. It's 300 pages, but I think it's going to be a fast read, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
thinking about the end of the year and thinking about, you know, what books people have been talking about and what's on shelves and what's popping up on lists and stuff like that. I picked up this book last month through Book of the Month, and this is Wild Dark Shore, a novel, and this is by Charlotte McConaghy. And the only thing I know about this book is that a woman washes up on a beach and life does not stay the same.
Oh.
So,
Well, now I know as much as you because I've never heard of it before. So
yeah. So I think this is on like, you know, like the Barnes and Noble list, the Amazon list, the New York Times. I don't know if it's on the New York Times or not, but I've seen that cover so much over the past
yep.
6 months. I'm like, I think I need to read it before the end of the year, and let's see if the lists are right. Is it one of the best books of the year?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Mhm.
up for that.
Okay, cool. So that will be the December read, and then that video will come out on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about.
I know. I don't know where this year's gone, but there you go.
Yeah. Well, Shelf Talkers has been around since what? July at least? Maybe?
Well, how many books have we done?
I think we've done at least 4 or 5,
I think
right?
this is 5.
Okay. And
Gabriel's
then
Moon, I
we
think.
have the one that was never released.
Oh yeah, our
We have a,
pilot episode.
yeah, we have a special episode that maybe we'll release one day when you know we chit chat about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, everyone. So let us know. Are you interested? Have you read this? If you've read this book, please don't spoil it for us.
No.
But if you haven't read it and you'd like to join along, the only thing is that you need to read it before the end of the month. And we'll be talking about it in that video. And that video will be hosted over at Alan's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, here's to better books, Alan.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope this one's a good one.
I'm sure it's going to be better than Gabriel's Moon for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something different. I don't think there's any spies involved, so we'll see.
Oh well, that's a shame. I've had more than my fair share of spies for this month anyway. So
You've made me read more spy novels than I've ever read in my entire life through this project.
well, there you go. I'm sure I
So
can.
what, was that 2? Is that 2 that we've read so far?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Day of the Jackal I would consider a spy novel. So yeah.
And we did a dark academia.
Yes.
And we did a mystery thriller that I
Yep.
DNF'd.
Yep.
So we've had some winners and some losers,
Yeah.
and hopefully this one will be a winner.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, anything else you want to talk about Gabriel's Moon? Are you over it? Are you done?
No, I'm over it. I'm done. Don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right, let's move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
So, everyone, let us know if you like this series. Do you have any books that you'd like for us to read? Feel free to recommend them in the comment section. We're always looking for suggestions, and audience participation is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we will catch you next time. Make sure that you are subscribed to Ellen's channel if you're not already. Make sure you like this video and share it with a friend. I think we're the most unique book project on BookTube.
Yeah.
Just
Think so.
saying. All right. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving to everyone in the United States, and to everyone sharing in Christmas or any of the other, winter holidays. Happy holidays. We'll see you on the last day of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. We'll see you guys
Yep.
soon.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, MJ.